We could blow this thing up so easily. Hey, welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we picked up quests in the Agnes Castle. And this time we're going to start doing some of those. And we'll start off with the 3 fiends, because that's just the one that I have currently active. Pretty simple as that. We just head out into the break room. Hey, could we talk to you for a minute? Sure thing, what's up? We heard you've got Agnian soldiers locked up here, so... Ah, Sparks, we're leaving you've hurt. Give me a break. That sounds like that shook a nerve. Oh, you're joking now, but just wait till you've heard the story, man. At the end of my tether, I tell you. I mean, look, I agree with Seeker's thinking, and I want to work together with the city, I really do. But the people they lock up for violating regulations have done some pretty heinous stuff in the past. Take this Toma guy, old pals with a chick called Zera, and then add in this hot Isidore in the mix. Another 3 of them have some kind of understanding cahoots o'clock. I'm telling you, they're just thieves. What are you suggesting? You think when they're let out, they'll get up to some hijinks? Hijinks? I thought there was one word, whatever. Hijinks, huh? Well, if it was just hijinks, I think we consider ourselves lucky. To be honest with you, I'm kind of shocked they haven't been sent for the chop already. If we don't ever let them out, then maybe it'd have been better to just do that and be done with it. Getting the chop, I mean execution. The thing is, you think what they did is enough to deserve that. And what does Seeker have to say? I'm leaving their treatment to your discretion. Discretion? My ass! Like, tell me what to do? You utter shitbird! Sorry, I had to get it off my chest. So anyway, you want to see them? If they're really so irredeemable, aren't they going to take a pop at us? I mean, they're still in the cell, right? Not exactly made of sticks. Okay, come along and introduce you. What's this? Tater, I smell the smell of a strong fighter. That's the big baddie you're talking about? That's right, he's the main offender. He'll come to break us out, or cut our throats. So it pays to be on our good side. Still make my mind up, actually. Don't go forcing my hand, alright? And you're the liberated the castle, aren't you? Come on, let's have a square go, you and us. Beg your pardon. If we win, you cut us loose, and before you go misinterpreting that, I don't mean we'll go on a killing spree. Zera's my best and oldest friend, you see, and Isidore, well, I met him here on the inside, but I like the cut of his jib. So I think we'd like to taste the air outside one day again, all 3 of us together. What if we win, that is? And what if we win? Your choice, I suppose. Keep us jailed till we die, make us follow you around, whatever you decide we'll go along with. Doesn't make it any easier. Wait, aren't you the hardened criminals? I don't feel qualified to pass judgment on them just like that. It's fine, you're more qualified than me, that's for sparking certain. There we go, sounds like a deal to me. Come on, let's get to the fisticuffs already. Now, what should we do? Alright there, Ferris, you pipe down and play nice till these good people figure out what to do. Sounds good to me. Just don't keep me waiting too long.
Always nice to have more friends.
Well, we can go and talk to the others as well. I heard Toma talking earlier. I assume it was with you guys, right? Yeah, but stay on the topic. What you got branded as a fiend and locked up in here? Well, my great crime was blowing up a container that the salvage corps was going to salvage. Horrible thing to do, right? Wasting away supplies that were so hard to get. It's a new one to me. Why go and blow up a valuable supplies? I mean, who cares about that, really? You guys have come here to fight us 3 fiends, right? I'm ready to fight whenever you are, but don't keep me waiting too long. The 3 fiends, Zera.
Always nice.
Might as well talk to Toma. So what kind of crime did you commit to get locked up here exactly? What's it to you? Will I get to fight you lot if I talk? It all depends on what you tell us. Well, I guess it's worth a punt. I got locked up for the crime of mass murder. A clear violation of military discipline. Simple reason enough, right? Thinking back on it now, I guess I just wasn't the soldier the council could control. But that's besides the point. You're going to fight me or not? Out with it. 3 fiends, Toma. And how about Jador? What did you do to get yourself in here? Well, a whole bunch of things, let's say. I used to work in the inspection branch. One day I erased a certain piece of intel, but I don't think I did anything wrong. I haven't had a bad time here thanks to Tom and Zera, but you know what? I now feel like battering you lot. I'm moseying on out of here if you'd be so inclined.
Always nice to have more friends.
So that gets us a little bit more information, which, talk to Suna. I don't know about Seeker. Sure, I don't mind. There's nothing to really tell him. He's serious about his work. Like that, I suppose. It does seem like the higher-ups liked him well enough, too. Got a lot of awards if I'm remembering right. What are we doing? Gonna fight them or what? Let's ask about them. And they've been here a while now, all three of them. It's not like they can just walk out or anything, but during working hours they're usually together. They're a real thorn on my side, though, so I seriously want them gone in the worst possible way. So we still have a lot of information to figure out regarding the three fiends, so we might as well go and look around about them. I do not like the quests that are like, oh, do these 4 other quests. Let's Tart? Perfect. Start with Zera. So... okay, just a lot of talking out here in the Mulus Depot, I suppose. Maybe will be enough. If there's anything more beyond just getting the information, I'll probably just cut off when we finish everything and do them next time. Something along those lines, probably. Logistics guy. Perfect. I heard that girl that blew up the supply container might be getting released from prison. I'm hesitant, to be honest. I know it said she had any special interest in mine once did, but I found that hard to believe. Alright, so allegedly had good intentions behind blowing up valuable supplies. I don't know how much you can really have good intentions when, you know, committing terrorism. Well, I mean, that's a fact. Well, I suppose in wartime, well, I'm not a military lawyer, so I don't really know what my 3 cents on the situation is going to do about that. Over here we got Kay. I'd like to ask you about Zera's story. Sure. I mean, Zera's already locked up now, so I'm not sure what difference it'll make. Why not, I guess. You guys must have your reasons for asking, I suppose. Zera used to be part of the Salvage Corps. She achieved much as a soldier and was well guarded for her news in battle. Well, one day, there was an incident on a mission to procure an airdrop supply container. Sure, you probably know already, but for some reason she decided to blow up that container. Everyone was furious about the waste of supplies. It wasn't even like they were Kavesi trying to steal them or anything. Council at the time, therefore, claimed she was plotting an insurrection and imprisoned her.
I hope everyone's getting along.
What quests are you part of? Seeker's True Intent. Just a lot of talking to a lot of people. I'm gonna try to keep it a little bit more... I'm losing my words here. More focused on the 3 fiends. I mean, I didn't really have too much of a choice for that first piece to get the initial start to Seeker's information, whatever the thing was actually called. But alas, get further down into Mulus Depot, or Depot if you're British, which I suppose a lot of these folks are British. You can just speed along that. Ow. Get a nice downhill. Break our legs. Waste a little bit of time by breaking our legs. But it's fine, we recover quickly from, you know, broken legs. Hello, Dana. Zera? Yeah, I know her. She was a hot topic for a little while here. She was in the squad that mainly salvages supplies and was a snuff-incapable soldier herself. And when supply containers are being targeted by enemy scavenging teams, soldiers like her are invaluable. Salvage Corps and Supply Team may be known as logistical teams, but that doesn't mean they lack capable fighters. They're the ones who take the necessary decisive actions, rather, such as blowing up a container if the enemy's about to steal it. And I always have to stay on my toes. You never know when something might happen.
I see.
I mean, personally, doesn't sound like too much info there. Not really anything divisive or decisive. Just kind of, she decided to blow something up because don't really know why. But maybe our discussion will get us further details about that. Thomas and Mando cared deeply for his allies. That battle with Kyrus, his squad was on the verge of being completely massacred. But the nutty man broke position to take rear guard and charge right out, letting his squad retreat in the process. Okay, that seems honorable, I suppose. Let's go and pop back into Agnes Castle to finish up Toma. Hello, Internal Affairs Officer. Tom was jailed for violating military discipline during the Battle of Kyrus. Everything I ever heard about him suggested he was a superb Levnis pilot, albeit one who had a bit of an issue following orders. Soon I was worrying about whether she should free the guy or not, but personally I'm against it. I mean, that just seems more like poor discipline. Like, that doesn't seem too bad, right? I mean, it's a military infraction, but, like, not much crime-worthy, I don't think. So I heard Jadar might be getting out soon. The very man who brought disorder to his colony by destroying enemy intel, and I won't be letting him out anytime soon. Tyad is quivering at the thought of someone destroying valuable intel. Because, I mean, he was part of the intel team at Lambda. Right? Yeah. I think so, at least. Saying it now, I'm a little hesitant to know to say that for certain. I'm pretty sure he was at Lambda, that he was part of the intel squad. I know he's mentioned he's part of an intel squad before, but don't remember where with. I hear that Jador is the reason we lost the chance to take out a base in the war with Kyrus. I don't know why he did it. I tried asking him and he flat out refused to give a reason why. And then you are just part of Seeker's True Intent as well. Which I suppose we can take care of. Well, not suppose. We'll take care of next time. I realized between recording sessions that there is actually another quest out in Upper Aedia that I forgot about, but we'll take care of that later. Jador, you say? Well, it used to be an intel. He was my subordinate. One day the guy destroyed some intel showing that Kyrus was making camp somewhere. If our forces had seen that intel, they would have ambushed that camp and won a crucial victory. Without that intel, we had no chance. There were few casualties, but I'm still lost as to why he didn't share the intel.
I hope everyone's getting along.
So, still nothing really all that concrete on really any of them. So we can just pop back into the break room. Have a nice chat over some coffee.
Got food on the brain. Let's catch up on stuff.
The story goes that Jador destroyed Kyrus intel, and therefore caused damage to Agnes' position. The mystery here is why did he destroy that intel? He had destroy intel that had crucial info on an enemy's camp's whereabouts. Why did one far beyond a violation of military discipline? Could have easily been sentenced to death for it. Tell me about it. Soldiers are always getting killed by enemies they don't see coming. That intel's worth its weight in gold. Brings up an important question. Why is Jador still alive? I think we might need to ask the guy himself about what the true nature of that intel was. That'd be quicker for sure. Let's go and ask him. Next up is Toma. If we believe what Toma has told us, then it would seem he got locked up for the crime of mass murder. But we also heard that he took a rearguard in order to let his comrades retreat. And while he was fighting to save his comrades, he killed a large number of Kyrus soldiers. Not like he did Kyrus any favors, but he was just fighting his enemy, right? That's what we're all taught to do. Certainly, that would just be the normal thing to do when you're in Flame Clock's clutches. Excuse my speculation, but he didn't extract the flame from the enemies he defeated, did he? He was blinded by rage like he said, and I think he was more preoccupied with crushing those Kyrus than anything else. You do raise a good point. Mechanics actually extract someone's flame clock while on Elevenus. Looking at it from the console's point of view, that wasting of good flame would have been cause enough to lock him up. That'll sound grim, but hear me out. I think the console could have solved this more easily if you just snapped him on the spot. Good point, but you have to consider that Toma's deeds would have won him favor with the troops, despite irking the consul. Executing him for valiantly saving the lives of his fellow soldiers would have backfired massively. He was right paying the consul's ass, that's for certain. It would go some way to explain why it would have been far easier for the consul to lock him up under false pretenses. So then perhaps it would be possible not to only convince him to fight us, but to free him from prison. And I don't mind fighting him either way. It would save a whole lot of fuss if we could talk him out of it somehow. There's only one way to find out. Let's head to Toma's cell and see what we can do.
Let's catch up.
But before that, we can do Zera. So from everything we've heard about Zera, you'd almost think she grew up a feral or something. It's hard to consider blowing up supplies as anything but a military discipline violation, that much is certain. True, but something really doesn't add up here. Yeah, like if I were planning an insurrection, I sure wouldn't start by blowing up some random supplies. You're right, Uni. What would be the point in that? I guess the key here is to find out what her reason was for blowing up that container. I just thought something. Like, isn't it a little odd that Consul didn't sentence her to death right away? Good point. Usually in this situation, the offender would get executed to send a warning to the rest of the colony. Perhaps the Consul saw some sort of value in keeping Zera alive. If I could present a concrete theory as to why she got locked up and not executed, that could help her case a lot. What do you do when we find out after she's freed that she's just not a maniac? Fight her, I guess. Figured that. Guess we should see her then.
Let's keep things on a tight loop.
Just zip through some different scenes there. And let's go down the line. These hardened criminals. So, you're feeling for a fight, are you? Before that, there's something I want to make sure of. Is it true that you murdered multiple Kavesi soldiers? Did you miss the first time around? Of course I did. You used Elevenus during the incident, didn't you? Well, now, someone's done their research, but yeah, I killed us enough time of the enemy in Elevenus. And you stayed behind last to fight them off so you could save your fleeing comrades, if not mistaken. Anyway, yeah, that's also right. Now about that enemy, I don't know what colony they came from, but they sure didn't know enough about fighting honorably. Seeing those dishonorable mutters slaughtering my friends made me go right off the deep end. If I had to get any of my guys still breathing out of there, I couldn't just let them get away with it. I was too drained to wield my blade, so I got into Elevenus and made him regret even being alive. That's all there is to it. You understand what happened? Not like me telling you all this is gonna make a lick of difference, though, is it? We'll wait. You finally ready now? Kept me waiting long enough. Before we fight, there's something I want to confirm with you. Specifically, the reason you blew up that container. And that's it to you. It's not like I can make those supplies magically come back. True, but to just blow up a container for no reason, you have to be out of your mind, which you don't seem to be. Funny you mention that, because I was out of my mind when I blew up the container. Or perhaps you noticed that container had been booby-trapped. You don't have to be out of your mind to sacrifice supplies in the name of protecting your comrades. Although I wouldn't call it a flawless plan, I can't see why it would be egregious enough to violate military discipline. If I knew that container did have something lethal in it, then blowing it up would be perfectly justifiable. Lethal? What do you mean lethal? It could have been something explosive or poisonous. You didn't know what was inside, but you had a feeling, didn't you? It's odd to think that airdrop supplies could have something like that in them, unless the console had something to do with it. Indeed, it's not impossible to see why the console could have thought up something fiendish like that. Since blowing up seemingly good supplies is big now, that gave the console the perfect pretext to lock you up. Cool theory, but the last time I checked, theories don't count as hard evidence. Indeed, what if I was reasoning that paints you in a favorable light? The simplest, most straightforward reason would be that you were out of your mind at the time. I'll give you this, though. I had fun listening to your theory. Usually any seals aren't too bad either. So, here's what really happened. It's true that I blew up the container. You serious? And like you said, before eyes, that container was indeed booby-trapped. You knew something was up well before the incident, didn't you? Yeah, right after Tom had been locked up, a long-term friend and I was livid about his arrest. I couldn't just let it slide. As I was looking into it, I began to pick up that the console was hiding something in a container. So when he went along with the salvage corps to procure it, and I blew it up, and used it against the mother himself. Yikes. Okay, I take it all back, maybe she's loopy. Charles must have caught on that I was sniffing around, and that's why he rid the container. I'd have been happy dying alongside him to protect my mates, but it didn't go to plan, so I ended up here in the Slimer instead. It was there I had a hunch that our enemy wasn't Kebis, though I guess you don't really need to call it a hunch anymore. I wonder what people like you guys were like. What people like you guys were like. You guys would have fought with the council. You know, this is I really want to know what real strength feels like type of scenario, is it? For the love of Sparks. And we'll just hear Jador. So, well, you'll have for a fight then. Not quite. We have some things we'd like to ask first. You managed to get your hands on Keva's intel, and yet you didn't share it with Agnes. Why? Getting straight to the point again, I see. Surely squashing intel about Keva's wouldn't have been in your best interests. Alright, sit back, relax, and let Jador tell you a story. Not really got much else better to do anyway. After I investigated the Keva's intel I fell into my hands, I discovered that it was fake intel created by our console. What? Seems like they weren't too happy about us getting more and more powerful and were trying to crush us. I don't know what's going on through their head, and it didn't even begin to make sense. And they just thought that screwing us was an easy way to fill the Kevesi's flame clock. We're the ones who made the console so powerful, and that's how they decided to treat us. Boils my blood, it does. That's why I destroyed that intel, so my friends could withdraw from that pointless battle and limit the casualties. Did you talk about this to anyone? Absolutely no way to have talked to my friends about it. In other words, the cons would have done him and done him in. Thankfully, that murder can't hurt us anymore. Talking about it now has lifted a weight off my shoulders, it has. And I've got zero regrets as well. Got to meet Tom and Zara here after all, and they're class. So now you don't have to bear the burden on your own anymore. He's right. Not living under that cunt's eye anymore, so cheer up, mate. If I ever do get out of here, I guess it might be worth talking about and what's on my mind a little more often. So, honestly, I think it all makes sense. We'll explain your story to suit it for security. It won't be long. What's up? Do you need something? You've heard Jador's full story. Full story? What's this about? Don't mind Grover, he's here on other business. He fades into the background pretty easily. I just have a soothing presence. Anyway, here's what happened. It's really hard to credit, and he was going up against a console. What does this all mean? He didn't do anything wrong after all? What he did was undoubtedly a violation of military discipline. So then, if what they're telling us is true, then Jador knowingly went against military discipline in order to save Agnian lives. Then went into jail without ever telling us why he really did what he did. Well then, we've got no reason to keep him locked up in here, right? He's a capable guy, I'll give you that. Or should I say him being too capable was what got him into that mess? Just the first the trouble is the next person, but what do you think? Okay, I think we can let Jador go. We'll take responsibility for anything that happens. Well, that'll certainly make my life easier, I know that much. But if he tries anything funny, I'll throw him back in prison and throw away the key. I'm sure it won't have to come to that. Well, didn't think you'd be here too. Don't get your knickers on a twist. I won't do nothing bad, I promise. Especially not after you guys got me out of the slammer. All we did was listen to your story. Nothing special about that. One fiend free. Jador was locked up for wiping fake intel that the console had circulated. Hearing this, Suna freed him.
Getting along.
Next up, Zara. We'll go explain your story to Suna from security. Just hold on a bit. If you're gonna fight anyone, be quick about it. I'd rather not have my life in danger any longer than necessary. We just got done talking to Zara for her side of the story. You think we might just have a case for freeing her from prison? Wait, seriously? You can let her go? Considering she faced up to a great enemy all by herself, we think I see why she deserves to be free. Great as in size, seeing she can go toe-to-toe with 11 or something? We don't mean that kind of great. Like, she loves blowing stuff up, right? What if she decides to blow up the castle? That's what I'm thinking about. Look, she had her reasons why she did what she did. Let's explain. It's a whole lot to take in, I won't lie, but, I mean, Seeker trusts you guys. In any other case, Seeker was the one who left it up to my discretion. And according to my discretion, if you guys think she isn't guilty, then she sure ain't guilty to me. Thank you so much. Man, it's crazy to think I'm actually out of prison now. Now, seeing as I was kind enough to free you, promise me you won't go around blowing stuff up, you got that? Of course, don't worry about it. I don't just blow stuff up for no reason, you know. Oh, really now? Seriously, don't go doing anything too outrageous, okay? I know, you guys big time after all. Finishes up Zara. The kid near Zara blew up was actually a trap set by the console. Upon learning this, Suna freed her. What? Still got something you need from me? We're heading off to tell Suna from internal security about your story. Won't be long. There you are. Where have you guys been? Finally decided to do battle with those wretches? Before it gets to that, we'd like to find out if you know anything more about what Toma did. You mean the mass murder? Well, as far as I remember, he indiscriminately killed a load of Kavesi without extracting your life. It led the council at the time to arrest him and lock him up here. I'm afraid to tell you that your crafty counsel bet the truth about what really happened. What do you mean? Let's explain. So he was fighting to save his comrades. But that wasn't in the report. It's like we said, counsel bent the truth to make it seem like he was fighting for fighting's sake, not for his comrades' lives. Well, now that I think about it, there were some guys in my term who managed to survive that battle. Although Toma could have definitely tried to extract some of the flame from the enemy. It's not a stretch to say that he had his reasons to do what he did. That settles it then. We've got no reason to doubt you guys. You're the ones who freed us from the clock, after all. Let's got no reason to doubt that the Toma I knew would have done everything for his comrades and for Agnes. Huh. Well, thank you. It took me a moment to parse that sentence. Been a while since I've had proper fresh air. Tastes better than I remember. I can bet. You should be thankful to Nell and the others for that. You bet I'm thankful to them. Not to mention you too, of course. Just don't you get yourself into any more trouble, okay? I'm busy enough as it is. I wouldn't do that when it's this nice outside. Don't you worry yourselves one bit. I'm still one capable soldier, believe me. Doesn't sound like you've learned anything to me. Finishes up Toma. Toma fought in 11 to protect his comrades, but the council jailed him for it. Understanding this at last, Suna freed him. So now we go back to the three fiends and talk to Suna. Better do that sooner than later. See, you really think it's the right choice letting them walk? I don't foresee any particular problems. They'll be working for the good of the castle now, right? I really wanted to fight you guys, but if it means I get to leave this place, then I guess I'll settle. Same here. Anything's better than rotting in jail. Right. Can't say I'm really digging the jail vibe too much. Say, are you really sure? Everyone's coming back at me, okay? Just don't go nuts, you'll handle it. Relax. Secret did leave it to your discretion. If anything, the responsibility is his. Yeah, that's a good point. They're in my custody, but Secret's the one in charge. Well, in that case, why don't we make him his bodyguard or something? That's not a bad plan at all. He would perform well as a personal security detail for someone of his position. Right, you've heard him. Get out of here and don't darken my doorstep again. That's a weight off my chest. Straight on to Seek, isn't it? Alright, friends, time to get to work. And that completes the three fiends. Due to the discovery of extenuating circumstances, all three of the fiends were freed and would put on work guarding VIPs from now on. But I think that's a pretty good resolution to everything. So next time, we're gonna go learn more about the man that they're guarding. But until then, see you guys later.